Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your favorite girl Favor. If this is your first time of coming across my YouTube channel, thank you so much for being here. Please do not forget to subscribe and turn on your notification bell. And to my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for your support. So guys, on today's episode of Turning Void Materials into a Beautiful Piece, we'll be learning how to cut and sew this beautiful stylish bubu gown with a fringe. So if this is something that interests you, without wasting much of your time guys, let's just head straight to the tutorial proper, okay? Guys, for this bubu dress, we're going to be making use of this beautiful African princess scene, and this is 3 yards, and 3 yards can work for a size 6 down to size 14 depending on the body size. And we'll also be making use of this fringe, okay? I got 3 yards as well just to be on a safer side, all right? Okay, so let's just head to the tutorial proper, okay? So the next thing we're going to be doing now is to go ahead and fold this into 4 like so, the way you see me fold it into 4 like so, because we're going to be cutting it together. So we'll go ahead now and arrange this properly the way you're seeing me do like so. Now it's really difficult to identify this fabric because this is a pure African print, okay? All right, so guys, after arranging this, you can see it's into 4 like so. So the next thing we're going to be doing now is to get our basic bodies, all right? But before we get our basic bodies, we're going to be getting the length of this bubu gown. Now the length we're working with is 60 inches and our fringe is 20 inches. We're going to be minusing 20 inches from 60 inches. We're going to be left with 40 inches, the way you see me like so. So left with 40 inches. Now guys, we'll go ahead now and mark our gown length, which is we're going to be working with 40. You see me working like so, and that we'll also go ahead and add 1.5 inch allowance, all right? Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now after marking this is to go ahead and connect it the way you see me do like so. Please go ahead and connect yours like so, all right? The way I connect it like so. So the next thing we're going to be doing right now is to be getting our shoulder and then our neck, all right? So for this bubu, the neck depth we're going to be using is 2 inches. We're going to be making use of 2 inches, and then the neck width we're going to be making use of is 2.5. all right? We'll go ahead and connect it the way you see me connect like so. Please go ahead and connect yours like this, and then we'll go ahead now and place it from our shoulder down to get the front depth. Now for the front depth, we're going to be making use of 4 inches, and now I need this to have a sweetheart neck. You will see why we're doing this in the process of this bubu that we're making. So we're going to go ahead now and give it a curve like this, the way you're seeing me do using free hand. Please go ahead. So after that, now we'll go ahead now and place it from this point and go ahead and mark our shoulder. Now my shoulder is 16 divided by 2 will give us 8. We'll mark the 8 now. From where we mark our 8, we'll go ahead now to get the sleeve length of this bubu gown. Now the sleeve length we'll be working with is going to be 14. My client wants 14 inches, so we're going to go ahead now and mark 14 the way you see me did like so. Please go ahead and mark the length of bubu dress you want to be doing, okay? So after that, now we'll go ahead and mark our shoulder slope. We're going to be making use of 1.5 for our shoulder slope. This is because our shoulder is not straight and I really want this to come down, and we'll go ahead and connect it like so. Please go ahead and connect yours the way you see me do like so, all right? So we'll also extend it down to the shoulder, all right? Okay, so from here now guys, I'm going to explain to you how the measurement we're going to be using for this bubu dress. Now I'm going to get the bubu dress, we're going to be using the biggest measurement of your body, okay, and divide into 4 and add extra inch allowance. Now the biggest measurement of my bubu is the hip. I'm going to be making use of the hip. Now from the shoulder slope, I'm going to go ahead now and mark the half length of my client, which is 15 inches. The half length is the tummy cut, whichever one you call it. Mine is tummy cut, but some people call it half length, okay? So we'll go ahead now and extend it down like so. Now from here, we're going to go to from the shoulder. Now we're going to go to where we mark our 14 inches for the shoulder. We're going to go ahead now and come down by 14 inches. Remember, from the half length at the middle, we came down by 15. Then from that end, we came in by 14 inches. Now the essence of that is to help us for the arm not to be too open, okay? So from here now, divide the hip I'm working with is 44. 44 divided by 4 is going to give us 11 inches. Now from here, we're going to go ahead now. The allowance allowance I want to be using for this is 6 inches, the way you see me do like so. Please go ahead and connect yours like so. Now after that, we're going to go ahead now and extend it with our curve rule, the way you see me, to go and meet the armhole. The arm, we're going to extend it up like this. All right, so guys, the next thing we're going to be doing for this our bubu dress now is to give it the bubu dress curve, the way you see me curve like so. Where you're going to see me curve, we're going to go ahead now from where we extended it, so we're going to curve into where we marked our 6-inch allowance, the way you're seeing it like so, and we'll go ahead now and extend it all the way down to meet the full length of this bubu dress, the way you see me like so. Please go ahead and do yours the way. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and cut just the back neck. Okay, this is because the back and the front is not the same thing. So after that, we'll go ahead and cut all the way down to the shoulder and cut all the way down to the full length of this bubu. Okay,
now you know, now you know, now you know, now you know.
So guys, after cutting the bubu dress, this is what it looks like. You can see how it's looking. Okay, so I will go ahead now and launch this. This is just to separate this. Like I said, this is pure African cotton. Okay, so it's really difficult to identify this cloth. So we're going to go ahead now and separate the front and the back. If you remember, we only cut out the back neck. We're going to separate it like so. So after separating it, we'll go ahead and arrange it properly the way you see me like so, so that we can have a clean cut when we're cutting out the front neck like so. Okay, so after arranging it properly like now, we're going to go ahead now and cut out the front neck.
Now you know, now you know, now you know, now you know.
So guys, after cutting the front neck, this is what it looks like. You can see how the sweetheart came out. Okay, so we're going to keep this aside now and then bring it together like so. So after cutting the front and the back neck, the next thing we're going to be doing right now is to be cutting the interfacing that we're going to be using to turn the neck, because we're not going to be using a lining. Now for this one, I'm going to be using 8 inches wide. The length I'm going to be using is 8 inches, and then wideness 8 inches, then the length is 9 inches. Okay, so we're going to place it like so, the way you see the way I place it. All right, and then place it, and then we'll go ahead and trace this out the way you just see me place it like so. Please just go ahead and place yours like so. Go ahead now and trace this all around the way you see me do like so. This is just to be able to give the neck a nice stitch, the normal interfacing you do for neck. Okay. Guys, after cutting the interfacing, we're going to go ahead now and trim it. Just give it a little curve like so, the way you see me do like so. All right, so this is what it looks like. This is what we're going to be using to turn the back neck, and I'll also go ahead now and do the same thing for the front neck. Okay, all right, so after cutting the front neck, this is what the front hole looks like. All right, you can see we'll keep this aside now. All right, so guys, I also went ahead to cut the pockets for this bubu dress. Now we cut into 4. Okay, so the length we're going to be using is 12 inches. You can see it's into 4. That means I cut the 2 together, and then the wideness is 9.5. so after stitching, I'll be left with 9. Like I said, the length is 12 inches. Okay, that's just basically all for the pockets and everything. Okay, so guys, we'll go ahead now and use the facing that we cut to place on the main fabric. Now we're going to go ahead now to separate, to be able to notch it, like to give it a mark, to be able to differentiate the front and the back. It's really difficult to identify this because of the pure cotton we're working with. So we're going to place it like so, the way you see me place it like so. You see how it is. So we're going to go ahead now and use our pin to pin this together before taking it down to the sewing machine to sew. Okay, the way you see me pin the neck around, that is where we're going to be pinning the neck like so. Just pay attention to what I'm doing. You see where I'm placing my pin, this is what we're going to be sewing around. We'll do this all the way and also do the same thing for the front neck as well. Okay, so guys, I've gone ahead now to use the interfacing that we cut to turn the neckline. You can see how it is, and I also went ahead to iron it out. Now I'm so sorry, I didn't mention that we're going to be attaching this to the clothes. All right, now I don't know what it's called. Please guys, go ahead and leave a comment on the comment section if you know what this is called. They said it's kunlele. Honestly, I don't know what it's called. So after that, I went ahead to use this hemigum. This is the hemigum to just iron this out so like it's going to be firm like that. Okay, all right, so guys, I also went ahead to do the same thing for the back neckline. I used hemigum, but if you notice, I didn't join close to the shoulder. This is because it's to enable us to be able to turn the shoulder. So after that, now we're going to be using this bias. Now if you take a look at the picture we're trying to recreate, you're going to see that there's a little design of bias on the neckline. So we're going to use the bias and fold it the way you see me do it, like so. We're going to take this around the neckline. Okay, so I'll take this now and sew it and bring it back for us to see what it looks like. So guys, after stitching it, this is what it looks like. This is actually coming out very beautiful, I won't lie to you. So we'll go ahead now and join the shoulders. Now we'll pick the front, the back neck, the back of this clothes and join it like this. Okay, so if you've been watching my tutorial, you will notice that I love to do invisible stitches. Okay, so we're going to pick the interfacing like this and play the way you see me do, like so, and use it to turn it like this. You just do it exactly what I just did. You're going to get an invisible shoulder stitches. We're going to go ahead now and pin this like so. All right, to pin it, and then we'll do the same thing for the other shoulder. So I will take this sewing machine and I'll bring it back. Okay, so guys, I've gone ahead now to join the shoulders together. I see how beautiful it's looking. Okay, so the next thing now is the hemming of the sleeve. Now I'm not going to be hemming this sleeve. I'm going to be doing a bias kind of turning. Now I'm just going to quickly explain how I did this. I cut 2 inches. Okay, I cut 2 inches of this fabric you're seeing. That is the other type of the fabric you're seeing, and then I place it the way you do bias turning. I sewed from the front and flip into the back and then folded the edges. That is how I came about that design you're seeing at the shoulder, at the sleeves rather. That is where I want it. So after that, now guys, we're going to go ahead now and turn this to the wrong side so that we can be able to go ahead and use our 1 inch allowance to sew around this bubu dress the way you're seeing me do, like so. We're going to sew all the way around. Remember, we're going to be closing with 1 inch allowance. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now and pin this. This is what we're going to be sewing on our sewing machine. We're going to pin it around like so. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side, and I'll bring this back for us to see what it looks like. All right, so guys, after joining the allowance, I went ahead to also iron this out. Like, this is actually coming out beautiful, and I also went ahead to add pockets for this bubu dress. Okay, remember the pockets we cut? I also went ahead to stitch it. Now for where we're going to be adding our fringe, I just went ahead to hem it just with 1/2 inch. Okay, so guys, we're going to just go ahead now and cross check out the length of our bubu. So if you remember, I added 1.5 inch allowance. Now you see the area size. After the whole joining we did for this clothes, we ended up with this 4 inches we're supposed to be using for the bubu. So the next one we're going to do now, we're going to take the circumference, the round circumference of this bubu, like so, the way you see me do, like so. Please go ahead and take the round circumference of your bubu, the down part where you're going to be attaching your fringe. Now after doing this, now we ended up having 57 inches. Okay, so we're going to go ahead now and pick our fringe the way you're seeing me, like so. Now we're going to be folding, we're going to be folding it the way you see me, like so, just by 1/2 inch. This is just to enable the fringe not to loosen. when we attach it. So we're going to pick the beginning of our clothes, wherever you want to start your fringe. We're going to pin it like so, the way you see me pin it on our fabric. We're going to pin it around like so, and then after pinning it, we're going to take it to the sewing machine and sew it all the way around. Now I'm not going to be doubling the fringe. This is how I'm going to do it. So after stitching it, guys, I'll bring it for us to see what this looks like after pinning it around like so. Okay, so guys, I've gone ahead now to attach our fringe and see how beautiful this looks like. This is what it looks like. Okay, all right, so you can see what it looks like. This is it. This actually came out beautiful. Okay, now this is what it looks like. This is the length. So we're going to go ahead now to see if we have exactly 60 inches that we are working with, okay, including after attaching the fringe and everything. Okay, so guys, you can see this is actually 60 inches because the fringe usually stretches. Okay, so guys, that's all for the sewing of this bubu, this beautiful bubu, and this stylish bubu rather, guys. So happy new year, guys. So please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, and share. All right, guys, so see you guys on my next video. Happy new year. Bye for now.